So first step, isolate. In this case, what will it be? Subtract the 3. Okay, and then you have to break down an absolute value less than. Now, I'm going to fill this in because most of you are going to try to do what I don't want you to do. We break down an absolute value less than by doing a 3-part inequality that looks like negative 12, it's that number, the opposite of that number, less than 3x minus 6, less than 12. Now, a lot of you are going to try to say, well, I'm going to write that, and then I'm going to write that as 2 different things. You're going to try. Usually at that step, some don't actually write those down accurately. But even if you do, you break it into 2 different inequalities, which can be okay if you follow everything correctly, if you graph correctly, if you show the overlap of the 2, if you put an and that ties them together. But there's a lot of stuff that goes wrong with that. And we should not be so uncomfortable with a 3-part inequality. It just means that this expression's values are in between negative 12 on the left and positive 12 on the right. Now, how do we solve an absolute value? A 3-part inequality? You're going to isolate the variable in the middle by doing operations to all 3 parts. Right? So plus 6, plus 6, plus 6. So we have negative 6 is less than or equal to 3x is less than 18. Then what? It's not less than 85. Thank you. Mistake. Then you're going to divide by 3. So this is negative 2 is less than x is less than 6. So on a number line, if I graph it, and these problems, the less than and the greater than, are almost always there's a graph that comes with it. Then I would have to have a negative 2 here, 6 here. They're both open circle because they were not or equal to. And the shading, so x is in between those 2, right? So the shading is here. That's the solution. Right? If you did it as 2 different inequalities, let's say you did everything right, then you would have shaded, you would have said x is less than 6, that would have been this. And you would have said x is greater than negative 2, that would have been this. And then you would have said the answer is where they overlap. So you could be right by doing that way. I would just suggest that we can't keep avoiding 3-part inequalities. You probably wouldn't see the answer as 2 different inequalities. You will see it as a 3-part.